I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. I would like to welcome Belkis Kamino to the program. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Okay, hi, my name is Belkis Kamino. I'm Irium US one and only workaholic alcoholic goat who surprisingly never gets any actual work done. You will quickly find out that I am not the mastermind behind my live streams. It is actually all controlled by 4 of my cats who interrupt my streams every which second that they can, including right now as they push my microphone near my face, away from my face, push my monitors around. All of my streams are usually accompanied by 1 or more of my darling little felines.
We've got 9.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and the door is shut. Although every once in a while I do see a flailing paw underneath.
Oh.
I can tell which one it is by the paw. Yeah, cats will either be completely uninterested in what you're doing, or they want to be what you're doing.
Yep,
and
it's their lives, not ours.
Yeah, we're there along for the ride. You're one of the first folks that was in the Irium US, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about that in a second. But first of all, good gravy, that voice. Where did you get it from?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Good gravy, that voice. It's a tremendous voice. Have you always been like a public speaking or up on stage and stuff like that?
Believe it or not, no. I have severe social anxiety.
Oh.
I think I just know when to channel it. I flunked a public speaking class, if that helps.
I've gotten F's on speeches. And still did 35 years in radio, but this kind of more tells you about the state of radio than it does me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something, because that is one heck of a voice you got there. That is, if I was still hiring for radio, I'd give you every chance to not make any money. And then you'd hate me for the rest of your life. So. But,
you love the job. You don't hate it as much.
Yeah, that is very true. In radio, it definitely was. So you weren't somebody who went up and grabbed the microphone and such. Did you do any singing or anything, chorus, anything like that?
I did. I actually did a lot of chorus in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was too scared to ever try it by myself. However, my father is a musician and he is in a band. So I always say that one of my VTuber goals is that I want to one day perform one of his songs live in a concert for people so they can enjoy his music just like I do.
Oh, that's cool. What type of music?
Yeah. I would describe it as maybe not quite 80s pop, but think like The Outfield, Tears for Fears, that kind of style of music.
Oh. Yeah, okay. I like that stuff. I'm an 80s kid myself.
That's what I grew up with, so that's what I love.
Yeah. I was an 80s kid that grew up on 60s country music, so there you go.
Oh, yep.
Which in the 2020s is definitely a stretch of the imagination at this point.
Yeah.
So for you, how and why did you end up on the internet?
How did I end up on the internet? Just unsupervised computer time, unfortunately. VTubing wise, though, I think I was just shown a clip of, I believe, Kizuna Ai playing maybe Grand Theft Auto, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then introduced to Sakura Miko from HoloLive, again, GTA 5, and it just kind of took up from there.
Yeah.
I had wanted to stream for a very long time using unregistered Hypercam 2, but back in the early days of YouTube, we don't talk about those levels of cringe.
There is no surviving video of that particular moment.
No, there's not.
But it did show. I mean, even with social anxiety and stuff, that shows that you did want to get out there and perform anyway.
Yeah, a little bit. I think because I had such a sheltered upbringing.
Hmm.
My older brother is disabled, so I was very often used as kind of a caretaker for him. So I was always just home alone, and
Hmm.
my brother's nonverbal, so not a whole lot of conversation with him. So
Yeah.
figure
Yeah.
I could talk to people on the internet and fill my social needs that way.
Yeah. So when you did get started, did you have the the basics and just kind of tiptoed your way in, or did you make a big splash?
Um, I definitely more tiptoed my way in. I think I planned to stream for like 2 years. Uh, so I did not follow the hit the go live button. That's the easiest step of streaming.
Yes.
Um, I I definitely came in on a very slow crawl.
Yeah. And did it take a little while for you to get used to it, or was it an easy ride?
Oh no, it took me forever to get used to. I don't even think I'm still used to it.
Oh, well, where you're at now, you better be used to it. I mean, this,
A little bit.
yeah. So the Irium thing is a very quick paced. I am amazed. Um, I enjoy the format, but I am amazed that you all can keep up with it because it is so quick. Um, the,
Yep, that zero latency really is real zero latency, I'll tell you that.
oh, I go in there and say hello to somebody, and they're like, "Oh, hello." I was going to go get a drink of my pop or something. For anybody who has worked in any type of communications, latency is a very real problem.
Mm-hmm.
We used to do uh, satellite radio and try to match it up with the television feed, which in the 90s was really a stupid idea, but
Mm.
wasn't my idea, so I did it anyway. And sometimes there's like 13 seconds difference. Uh,
Oh gosh.
so that's really nuts. And that was with the modern technology at the time. Uh, for,
Mm-hmm.
for Irium to come up with this now is pretty amazing. But how fast, how much on your toes do you have to be when you are the subject of all those messages?
Um, so I picked a time slot to stream in where generally it's a little slower.
Uh-huh.
I normally stream it around like 5 to 6 a.m.
Oh,
Um, yeah, I stream before work, so I get a little bit of a slower crowd, so it's a little easier to manage.
yeah.
But I've always been a fast reader, so I'm usually able to keep up quick with messages. The hardest part really is being able to stay on topic because if someone jumps in and says like, "Hey, did you know that the sky is blue?" I'll
Hmm.
go off on a 5 minute tangent about the sky is blue. Meanwhile, I was talking about why my bedroom is pink, but my favorite color is blue or something. I don't know.
You'll be talking about one game, and somebody comes in and says, "Oh, by the way, I like cats."
Yep, and it's all over.
So why did you get involved with Irium? What was how did that happen?
So I had a job where I was working in a distillery,
Hmm.
making vodkas and rums, and the way that the distillery was set up, I was basically just by myself for 8 to 10 hours a day.
Well,
So I was browsing just Twitter or something or the other, and I saw an ad for Irium with vertical streaming. And I was already familiar with Annie Live and some of the talents there, so I was like, "Oh, I'll just apply to Irium. If I get in, I can stream while I'm at work because nobody gonna give a crap because I'm by myself, and it
we're
won't be as lonely
we're
if I
18
have chatters with me."
we're 18 plus. You can go ahead and fire away.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, yeah. I
uh,
was like, no one's gonna give a shit if I'm live.
yeah, yeah. But you found that not to be the case because people obviously came out and were enjoying you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now suddenly, you're in the trap.
Yep. And funny enough, I actually wound up quitting that job right before I debuted on Irium. So I was like, I was really scared because I was like, what am I gonna do? Like
Mm,
the whole purpose of me joining Irium has now just been thrown out the window.
yeah,
But
yeah,
we make do. We make do.
yeah. So, once you joined in and you got the whole setup, and you realized what was going to happen with it, were you a little taken aback by what the format was going to be like?
Sort of. So I would, like I said, I was pretty heavy on using Annie Live.
Hmm.
I was a pretty frequent viewer there.
Hmm.
So I sort of knew the formula based off of talking to some of the talents that were on there.
Hmm.
Um, and Irium did allow us to have like a lot of test time. So we could go on and like stream to just the other Irium streamers and they could help us with audio, feedback, anything we needed.
Right, right.
So it was a lot of like just general like, oh, I'm streaming for the first time, I'm so nervous, ooh. um and then for me specifically, I wound up doing my part of my debut stream in my shower. So that was very nerve-wracking because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I didn't ask permission. I just said, hey, you know what, let's go take a shower together, guys. So I took my phone into the shower with me. Very nice acoustics, I was told.
Yeah, be the first banned Irium streamer. Hammer
No,
comes down.
thank God the staff is so sweet and they let me get away with a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, it's still a relatively new concept in the U.S. I guess it was in Japan for a while, but
Mm-hmm.
it seems to me I'm looking at the numbers for everybody, and it seems pretty positive numbers for a very it's not something you're going to get on the computer, but for what it's trying to do, I think it's succeeding pretty well.
Oh, absolutely. And with us being backed by Dana,
Hmm.
I believe is the company name. So that's kind of linked up to like Nintendo.
Hmm.
The app is doing very well
Yeah.
with all the events and the viewers and the gifters. Yeah, we're doing fantastic, I think.
Yeah, yeah, and everybody there has to be a pretty good conversationalist because otherwise, you're just not going to be able to stand up.
Yeah, yeah. It does get challenging some days for sure, but
Yeah.
you it's almost like acting in a way,
Mm,
or like practicing just talking to yourself in a mirror,
yeah.
either you're a character or you're not, but either way, you can just, so long as you can talk to nothing, you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you did you have to adapt yourself very much to it, or was it very natural for you to do the Arium type of streaming?
Um it was fairly natural. Um on top of the distillery job, I was also an actress as well.
Mm,
So I kind of just it just kind of came a little more natural to me.
yeah.
I'm not quite a an actress. Like I don't really play a character per se.
Hmm.
I'm just unapologetically myself most of the time. So it was it was a little more of like, how do I make myself interesting as opposed to like, hello, I am this character doing this character type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you're not putting on a whole lot of stuff when you come on. It's you with an avatar for the most part.
Pretty much, pretty much. I just show up.
Well, everybody's happy that you do.
Yeah.
And the um, streaming off of Arium, do you do that much, and what do you do on those streams?
I do stream on Twitch. I kind of just play variety games.
Mm.
I really really love Sonic the Hedgehog. That's my favorite video game series. So I do play a lot of Sonic games.
Yeah.
I've also recently gotten into the Like a Dragon or Yakuza series. So I've been
Mm.
playing that as well.
Yeah. When I see folks either if I see folks playing Yakuza, they really like it. I don't see a lot of people playing it just kind of as a whim or just playing along with it. It seems to be a game. Once you're playing, you're in it to win it.
That is absolutely true. I got hooked so fast because you Yakuza, you usually see all the memes of it first, and you're like, all right, I guess I got to check it out. The games are on sale. I don't think I've ever been headlocked into a game series so fast in my life.
Just plug directly into the brain stem and go from there.
Yep, just pumped me full of dopamine and serotonin and said, "Hey, you're gonna like this now."
So is that gonna? Are you gonna want to play all all the Yakuza games at this point?
Yeah, so actually, this is actually the best I've sounded in 2 weeks. I'm coming off of a 2 week cold,
Oh no.
so I haven't been able to stream anything, and I've been trying to get onto the first not the first Yakuza game. Kiwami, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to play it for 2 weeks, and I couldn't because I had no voice, and I was having coughing fits, and everything was sad.
Oh, folks who don't use their voice for their livelihoods don't realize how devastating one of those things can be. And it's not necessarily that you feel bad, really bad enough to not go to work, but if you can't talk, that's all you're doing.
Yeah, and I never even thought about it until literally this just happened, and I was trying to stream on Irium, and everyone comes in, they're like, "Hey, we missed you." Oh my God, you sound like shit.
What?
You're like, "Yeah, guys.
Are you sure
Yeah,
it's you?
right."
Are you absolutely sure it's you? Is this somebody else? Um, I had a situation one time when I was younger and working. I worked every holiday in radio, and we would actually get paid extra for doing it, which is why I did it. But Christmas morning, I'm there by myself, and my voice is destroyed. I've got a sore throat. It's swollen. Um, but I go to work anyway because I'm young and stupid and want money. And
I feel that.
I had to do a live weather forecast at 5:30 in the morning. And
Oh no.
it sounded like Satan himself was giving the Christmas message. Like, I don't know if I could do it now, but it was like, your weather forecast for the listening area calls for
Oh no.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh
And then those kids waking up their parents in the morning got scared to death.
no. Hey, maybe it scared the naughty one straight.
Yeah, I doubt that. But still, I was like, by the time I got, because we celebrated Christmas when I got off work in the morning, I could not speak at all. I was like 2 days before I could get my voice back. But
Yeah.
anything, and you get a following or people listening to you, and you've got quite a following now. They know immediately,
Mm-hmm.
and if you got just a little cold, they can hear you change every D into a B.
Yep,
So
yep.
they're like, okay, what's wrong?
And my community normally hear my I don't want to say like customer service voice. My actual speaking voice is actually a lot deeper.
Yeah.
But when I stream and do other things, I generally do get confused for being male.
Uh,
So I have to think about this. Now I have to talk up a little higher so a lot of people can tell. And as soon as they hear the deep voice, they're like, "Oh God, something's wrong with her."
oh, that's amazing. I mean, that's you almost sound like the old days when we would switch the records from 33 to 45.
Mhm.
Just
Yep, yep.
speed it up a little bit higher. But with that, and you're being able to use that wonderful instrument of your voice. Um, has that changed how you speak to people in off the internet, or are you a little bit more willing to jump into a conversation and that type of thing?
So generally speaking, you can't quite see it on my avatar, but I did shave my hair live on stream. So I have very, very, very short hair right now.
I wish I did.
So I do generally speak higher pitched,
Mm-hmm.
just again, so I don't have to deal with the awkward conversation of, I'm actually a ma'am, but thank you anyways. But I think between just doing acting for oh gosh, 2 years, I
Yeah.
think. I think at this point I just kind of mentally own a more commanding voice.
Yeah.
One of my roles, I was an evil queen.
Mm.
That very quickly turned into a joke of somehow I became a dommy mommy. Um, so I think I speak with a lot more power than I intend to, but it gets the job done, you know?
Speak to power. That was
Right.
the old phrase. Um, so have I kind of look at going into VTubing the same way that someone would go from a high school to a college, and that um, you're still the same person. You just get to create the narrative now. Um, the people around you don't remember when you split your pants in fourth grade. They're not going to call you
That's true.
by the same nickname when you were 4 as you are at 18 in that sort of situation. Um, did you find that kind of a freeing thing when you started with VTubing?
Absolutely. it's I'm trying to think of the best way, because I generally keep VTubing and like my personal life very, very separate. My original, because I had been streaming before Irium, and my original VTuber persona was actually named after my Final Fantasy 14 character. So I did have a lot of connections with people being like, "Oh, we know you from Final Fantasy 14," and I'm like, "That's really unfortunate because I do a lot of erotic role playing on Final Fantasy 14."
Yeah. Oh, oops.
Yeah.
But that's another thing that you get to kind of explore here on the internet that maybe would be a little tough to do otherwise, especially if you're trying to keep a regular job and all that sort of thing.
Yep.
So your horizons really multiplied when you started streaming, didn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and with that, and when you were streaming those different ways, did it make you feel more? What's the word I'm looking for here? Fulfilled when you were doing this, like this was something you were meant to do.
Um, it definitely fulfilled a sense of like loneliness, I would say.
Mm,
Because like I said, I grew up pretty sheltered, not too much of a social life. So moving into VTubing definitely. I also used to be a very big part of a website called VStream,
mm,
which was a separate website specifically for VTubers, kind of
right,
like Twitch and YouTube, but
right.
um so that's really where I got my footing in, and that's where I started to meet new people and meet new communities, and kind of grew there. And the website shut down because they had run out of funding. But you always take all the good memories that you have of a place like that, and
Mm,
I think that really helped me kind of navigate how to continue moving forward into VTubing.
yeah, yeah. With that, have you set and with getting into Irium too, have you set new goals for yourself as far as VTuber goes?
Um, I think Irium has made me want to take VTubing a little more seriously.
Mm,
Because I do have a full-time job. I'm actually a maid.
mm,
Um, but with Irium and people coming in and being like, "Hey, when are you getting merch? Hey, when are you doing a 3D debut? Hey, when are you doing this, that, and the other thing?" Those are things I've never thought of doing for myself. So the fact that there is a community that wants me to grow and wants me to move forward, that's definitely gotten added onto my list of goals for
yeah,
sure.
and that's gotta come up with a couple of different feelings with that. First of all, is wow, they really want me, and second is wow, they really want me.
Yeah.
They go, okay, now what have I got myself into? And
Yep.
that sort of
Yep.
thing. So, um, how are you handling that? I mean, it's a terrible question to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How are you handling that?
Believe it or not, I've definitely it's been a little difficult to navigate things like boundaries.
Mm,
My prior streaming experience, I was very strictly safe for work.
mm-hmm.
I did not allow any kind of tomfoolery, so to speak.
Yes.
And I sort of wanted to keep that when I came to Irium, but with the community and you kind of grow with the people that you are with. So
Mm,
I've definitely opened up more over time. I've gotten a little more inappropriate with my jokes, but it's
yeah.
been fun though. It's definitely been a lot more freeing being not having to think about like, oh, I gotta be a nun today, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. I like being able to shoot the shit with people that I don't have to see face to face every day. Like,
Right.
you're not gonna show up at my job tomorrow and be like, oh, so you were talking about getting railed by the new male Grok AI. How's that Twitter post going for you? And it's like, ah.
That would be the boss coming in and saying, "Ah, so I watched your stream last night."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. But the opportunity to I was going to say let your hair down, but you said you just got your head shaved, so that ain't happening.
Yeah, yeah.
You just let your hair go at that point. I wish I
Yep,
would.
exactly.
Um, the but the opportunity to let it all hang out. I'll use that old '60s phrase. Let it all hang out a little
Yeah.
bit. And as you said, the boundary though, now you got to figure out where that's going to be because it can get out of hand pretty quick.
Yes, it can. And it's something that I particularly have to be very cautious about. I am diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder,
Mm-hmm.
so there is the very fine line of where can I cut it off so that I'm not being made upset.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously, not to say that I don't want to be a prude, but like again, we gotta let it all hang out. But there does need to be like the borderline. And I've had situations like that before, where I've had to pull all of my community into a stream and be like, look, guys, coming into a stream where I'm pretending to be drunk and inebriated, and then you guys making uh sexual assault jokes at me
Mm-hmm.
is not cool.
Right.
If I ever see that again, I will beat the shit out of you and then ban you in no particular order.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you know it, everyone's been well behaved ever since.
You
So you just have to know where your boundaries are, and then you just have to be respectfully and forceful, and then it either they respect you or they die.
Yeah, yeah, and you can't change it once you've done it. I mean, you have to stick with it.
Yep.
Otherwise, you let somebody through, and then, uh, you know, uh, uh, Joe
It gets
Smith,
out of hand very
yeah,
quick.
like, well, I want to do that too. I'm showing favoritism, uh,
Yep.
and it just gets worse from there. And um, you talk about a little bit with the PTSD. Does that ever kick in after you do something?
Um, Believe it or not, I haven't had any. I don't want to say I haven't had any issue. Where's the nearest wood object? I'm gonna knock on my head.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. I don't have any issues, but ever since I've started streaming, actually, I've really. It's been a great like not coping mechanism, but
Mm,
it's definitely helped me heal and overcome.
good.
So, there's been video games where there was a popular one a couple years ago. I think it's called Parasocial.
Mm,
Something where the character gets stalked or something.
right. Right.
And that game genuinely put me in a panic. And at that point, it's just a calm like, okay, I'm scared. I'm gonna end the stream.
Yeah.
That's too much. Again, you kind of have to know your limits. Don't
Yeah.
force it. At what point is it for content and then just making you uncomfortable?
Oh
So,
yeah. Well,
so long as you accept know where your fine line is,
yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you started that, did you kind of, did your spider sense kick off?
Yes. I didn't go into the game totally blind,
Yeah.
but I also didn't really realize how bad it was going to upset me.
Yeah.
And unfortunately that is just how it is. It's
Yeah.
just,
And that's
anxiety strikes when it does.
unfortunately, you don't. Sometimes in situations like that, you're not going to know what the trigger is until you hit it. And
Absolutely. Yep.
yeah, but then when you hit it, you know exactly where it is. Um, so I am glad for you that you've been able to kind of I would say work. I'm not going to say work around it. Just so it doesn't sound right, but it kind of is the way it's come out. You've been able to
Work with it and manage it is kind of just how I look at it.
yeah. I wasn't ever going to come up with the right word for that because I don't know if there is one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We're
but
not best friends, but I might have a beer with you once in a while.
yeah, that type of thing. The so with that and you be trying to keep everything as separate as possible from personal life. Uh, does it ever transition over where something that happens online has actually helped how you handle things in your personal life?
I would say it kind of does work hand in hand. Because again, like I said, I used to do acting.
Mhm.
So being able to enunciate and kind of perform a little bit, I translate that over into acting, and then I translate the acting over into live streaming. Um, so it really is the only difference is do I act to a camera on my phone or do I act to people in the audience pretty much. I've also been told a lot of times that when I was doing acting, and in general in conversations, I'm very expressive and my face moves around a lot.
Mm.
But that's something that I got from streaming,
Yeah.
because when your face tracking is running, you need to over exaggerate all of your movements so everything gets picked up correctly.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And plus, that's a technique a lot of people use to try and verbalize um, what what you're really trying to get at. Because sometimes if you just say "yay,"
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it sounds like that, and you sound like Ben Stein having a depression fit. Um, but if you really move your mouth, make the sound real big, and then you could really tell what they're doing, it does make a difference. There are techniques that you can use to get emotions and feelings across in audio, and there's very much a lot of that in VTubing, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I've also been told that people can tell that I'm Italian from the way that I speak. Um, I will sometimes get comments where it's like, "We can tell that you are doing the Italian thing with your hands right now. You just have that energy."
Yeah. So now that you tell me that, I'm not going to tell you how I make my pasta. Um,
No, I'm not. I'm actually not that Italian.
uh,
I'm one of those Brooklyn Italians.
yes, yes. I um,
As long as you don't break the pasta, we're good.
yeah. I'm not saying
Oh no.
I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah, don't say
It's
nothing.
just staying close to the vest, okay?
Yeah, I
uh,
don't have to call no cousins on you.
no, 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 none of that. Um, with that incredible voice of yours and your acting background, and um, obviously you're such a candidate for voice acting, and these things that are coming up. Have you done much of that? Do you want to do that?
Um, so believe it or not, back again in the early days of YouTube, I used to do very, 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 very amateur voice acting for there was a book series called Warriors.
Uh huh.
It was about a bunch of cats in a forest.
Mm.
And people would make these little cartoons of the cats, and I would do voice acting for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but otherwise, no, I've actually never done any kind of voice acting.
Oh.
I've never really even thought about it either, to
Oh.
be quite honest.
Well, I mean, if it's something you're not interested in, that's something. But wow, you got the skill for it.
Yeah, no, it's just not. Nobody's ever brought that up to me. Nobody's ever said, "Have you ever gone into voice acting, or should you?"
Uh,
Because I like doing it. I actually, well, technically, I did voice act for my previous job.
mm.
I worked at an escape room,
Oh yeah.
and I I'm the voice. I was the voice for the rules and the hint system for one game, and then I was the voice for two characters in another one.
Mm.
So I guess sort of, but not like professionally.
Oh well, that's folks. If anybody's listening out there, please, please, absolutely bombard them with requests because
Hire me, please.
no,
I'll do it.
you just hear the voice and the person behind it, and it's just a natural fit. I don't, it to me
Did I
anyway.
lose all what happened
And
here?
you could very easily be doing some of these games you're doing online.
I'm sorry. Just repeat that back. I kind of lost you there on the audio.
Yeah, I said you could very easily be voicing the games that you're playing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a day that would be. I
Hmm?
play a game and I'm like, wait a second, wait. I know that voice.
Oh, that's me. I forgot. I've had that happen now. That there's things that come up on YouTube that I did for a local pro wrestling group. That's oh, 15, 20 years ago, and I'm like, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's when you get old, that happens a lot.
Oh
I don't,
gosh.
I don't even remember saying that. Geez, I guess that is me. Um, so with streaming different ways now. Not going to ask you which one's your favorite because that wouldn't be fair. Uh, have you been able to keep up a regular schedule of streaming different ways with your job?
Yeah. Like I said, I stream before work in the morning.
Yeah.
So generally I will wake up at 5 a.m., uh, feed my cats, and then by 6 a.m., ideally I'm live at 6 a.m., but I'm usually always late.
Mm.
Um, and then I stream from 6 a.m. to about 8 a.m. and then I go to work. I come home, I relax for a bit, and then 3 days a week I'll stream on Twitch after dinner time, and then I go to bed and I do it all again the next day.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a pretty regular schedule that you're able to keep up.
Yeah.
And again, the cats make a difference. Um,
Yeah.
they don't chew the cords, do they?
Um, Depends on which cord. My
Uh,
Nintendo Switch charging cable has a bunch of teeth marks on it.
yeah.
My phone charger has a bunch of teeth marks on it. Generally, the audio equipment on my PC desk, though, is left alone. I'm very, very overprotective of that. I
That's
actually
good.
have to take a mattress cover that you put on your bed, and I cover my whole desk with it so the cats don't like screw anything up.
Yeah. They'll still sleep on it though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. If we put a cover on anything, they're going to sleep on it.
Yep.
Furniture, pizza, anything like that. They're going to try to sleep on it. That's but the I used to have one of my first cats when we got married and has since passed on, unfortunately. He would actually herd me into the computer room and would sit on my forearms, lay across my forearms asleep while I was on the computer. He
It's
loved that.
adorable.
He'd look up at me every once in a while and just kind of smile and lay back down again. Um, it also happened one time I'm doing this and there's a mouse shows up on a real mouse shows up right by the speaker on the desk and is looking at me and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I woke up Peanut, which was his name, Peanutty, and I pointed him at the mouse and he was like, yeah, that's a mouse. And went back to sleep. Don't bother me.
Yep, I'm comfy. Don't move me.
But so when you got into the internet as a whole, were you able to pick up uh, other VTubers as folks that you could collaborate with, and was it easy for you to get into that type of society?
No, and it's still not. I'm very much a person where it's something that I have to personally work on, but I always feel like I'm bothering everybody.
Ah,
Um, but like when I got into VStream specifically, because the website was still so new, um, nobody had a whole lot of viewers, so it was a lot easier to go onto VStream and meet new people.
mm,
I actually have friends from there that I still talk to 2 years later. Um, so I kind of had a bit of an advantage finding a new platform
yeah,
where everybody was new.
yeah,
So it was a lot easier to make connections then. But now that it's gone and I only have Twitch and YouTube, I'm like, oh goodness, I don't know how to talk to people anymore. Same with Irium. I got really lucky that I was in with a bunch of new people. So it's
yeah,
easier to connect on, oh, you're new too. That's cool.
yeah.
Um,
Well, you all kind of go in to
all
get,
these new people come in and it's
yeah,
like, oh, I can't talk to anyone anymore.
yeah. Well, everybody comes in together, kind of like it's a shared experience at that point.
Right, yeah. Kind of go to class together and you graduate together.
Yeah, it's Danganronpa actually, except with only the slightest bit of murder.
Yeah. Yep, actually, yeah, you're kind of right on the money there.
I hope I'm not too much on the money. That'll come back and haunt a person later.
Yep,
I've, I've, I've got
we'll be on some YouTuber's website 15 years down the road.
uh,
Well, if you want an interview that didn't age well.
yes. Well, I'm after all these years and did a lot of sports talk radio. I'm kind of used to that.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah, we did a post game show for a football team that went 0-11. That'll get
Ooh.
you. Yeah, yeah, that'll harden your skin pretty quick. After that, somehow you were the reason why they lost all those games.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
Yeah. So, what's next for you? I mean, it seems like things are going real well. Um, you're obviously very talented at this. You got a great schedule set up. You got an incredible instrument. You're a lot of fun to talk to. What's next?
Oh, thank you. Um, from here, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to pivot a little more, less hobby streaming and more taking it almost not quite like a career. I will never take VTubing as a full-time job.
Mm,
No offense to everyone that does, mad respect, but I can't live with that kind of anxiety.
mm.
But I would like to just keep growing, just keep going, keep playing games, keep doing what I do, and if people want to stick around, then they're more than welcome to be adopted as one of my little kiddos, and if not, then you come when you are, and I don't. I'm not gonna tie you up ball and chain to my ankles and carry you around.
It's not that
Um,
type of stream.
yeah, not that type of stream. I always say, I'm more of a if you come in having a bad day and you're like, wow, this dumbass goat is also kind of a hot mess, I feel a little better. Then, I'm going to say my job's been done.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can tell you, folks, you got to check out to see what Belkis Kamino's got going on, because it's not just the Irium, which is in itself is an amazing technology. You should give a try to, but you've heard what a personality we've been talking to. Wonderful, easy to talk to, and I want to see what's going on. So don't be surprised to see me pop into one of those 4 a.m. streams. And but I might not say anything more than because I'm old.
Yeah.
This is
Just
yeah,
hit a
it's
bunch
you.
of Z's.
Yeah.
I'll know.
It's Eric. Okay, that's fine. Just stay there. Just pat it on the head and go on.
Yep. Yep.
But you've got so much. You got a great head on your shoulders for this. I think it's going to be wonderful for you, and I hope that it continues to be that, and something that you continue to enjoy. Because it sounds like it's become a pretty good part of you at this point.
Yeah, thank you. And I hope maybe 6 months or even a year down the road you get to see some cool things from me.
Yeah.
I hope I grow and live up to your expectations.
Yeah. Well, I think you will. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. When yes, we'll get you back on again. How about that?
Oh, I would love that. Thank you.
Folks, check out. We're going to have all the links in the description for the video. And thank you so much for coming on. I do appreciate it.
No, thank you. I appreciate you so much. It was an honor to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.